Saved by the bumper, as usual. And we're back.
It's going on. There's a bumper.
It's weird to be dancing where people can see us. Hi. Hi. Y'all have really good faces.
It's been a while since I sat with you, without a knot in my chest. Oh, it's been a while since I wanted to. I always felt a little oppressed. Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while since I went ahead and let down my guard, 'cause I carry the weight of the words you said, and that makes it just a little bit hard to reject the lies you perpetuate. But you're not the keeper of the pearly gates. So it's been a while, but I'm coming back to fight for my place. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm sitting in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I raise my voice to celebrate a good day. Yeah, if you're able and you want to, feel free to stand. We're having a dance party.
It's been a while since I could admit there was something missing, but I've seen enough to know what love is and what love isn't. I'm not content to fade into the crowd. Let you decide who's in or out, 'cause I'm coming back, 'cause I'm living proof that it all belongs without a doubt. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm standing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I raise my voice to celebrate a good day. Yes, I feel. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide, I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide, I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. Well, you were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm dancing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I raise my voice to celebrate a good day. Yes, I will. I'm gonna celebrate. good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide, I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide, I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love.
We did it!
Hi.
We did it!
You're here.
You're here!
This is weird. We don't remember how to do this at all. There's no muscle memory in us. We're just walking around like wobbly.
There's like actual faces staring back at us.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Instead of just that.
We don't normally see you.
Hey, Lord.
Oh yeah, live stream. Hi. Hi babies. We're still here. We love you.
I'd say we got about, last I checked, we got about 30 folk watching that thing. I'm gonna come up loud enough.
It was really fun to be dancing in the front row, look over and see the comments and know that some of them are people that are sitting here commenting, and some of them are people that are not sitting here commenting. We've merged the two worlds, and I love it. In true Sojo fashion, I'm just gonna be super, super,
Hey, I wasn't even plugged in.
oh, God.
Wow. Too much.
Dial it back, Colby.
Guys, I wasn't even plugged in.
Too much enthusiasm. It's okay.
Anyway, in true Sojo transparency, I have said to Colby about 25 times over the last few weeks, if we open this place back up, like, will anything good come of it? Will it be worth it? Yeah. Just because all the anxiety, you know, of like this weird world and we haven't been open the last year and a half, but like we didn't even get through the first song and I was like, it's worth it! So good to be with you and everybody out there that is hanging out, chilling. It's just really good to see your faces. And you all, thank you for hanging with us the last 2 weeks while we were not online, because we were trying to make this happen, and we've fully merged the worlds. So a lot of the things that we've been doing during Virtch Church, we're bringing
Are gonna happen here.
to in person. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. We'll see how it goes.
Camille!
We have-
See, I was wondering if
Hi, Camille.
Virtch Church peeps would be here. They are.
Camille.
Hi, Camille.
And then Michelle. Yes, hi, Michelle. Waving at
Hi,
you too
Michelle.
in the
Hi,
back
Michelle.
in real life. We're waving to the camera. Camille's on the camera, but not really. So if you want, you can, here's the thing. In past, we've been like, why are you on your phone? It's church. Look, well, actually, we've never said that at Sojourn. You can always do what you want. But you might have felt some sort of cultural
Now you're
pressure.
supposed to be.
Now it's like, hey, if you want to join with the live stream comments, feel free to hop on the YouTubes or the Facebooks and you can comment and you'll be up on the screen as well. Especially later, we'll have the collective conversation components of our service, which we invite you to participate as well with commenting on that. So one other thing, I think I have a slide for this. In the background, at any point today, back there on the table, there is a make your own emoji station. Now, why is there a make your own emoji station? 2 reasons. 1, because it sounded fun. I don't know if I need another reason than that. 2, because, and we're going to talk about this in a bit, one of the things that feels important to us is to try to shepherd our community in a transition process from life of quarantine lockdown into whatever this next stage is going to be. And not just be like, the switch has been flipped and now I guess we're back. No. Obviously, that's not how your life has been going. It's not how your work has been going. It's just not how it's going to go.
We
here.
got stuff to process.
We're
going to process it together.
And we want to track those feels. So part of it is like every Sunday for the month of August, there's going to be a make your own emoji station. And it's just going to be like, hey, this Sunday, how am I feeling? What emoji captures my feel today? So grab a yellow sticker, stick it on the board. There's markers back there. Just sort of map your own feels via emoji for the next 5 Sundays. Assuming we'll be here for the next 5. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Stop it.
It's going to be good.
Stop it. We're going to be here.
Any other
what else?
Pre-announcements?
We have 2 kid classrooms open currently. We will get to having 4 again, but it's slow restart. So our preschoolers are open. DJ is in there right now. Preschoolers can always check in immediately. Everyone is always welcome to be in with you, sitting with you. And then our 6 to 12 kids that go with, can you stay in? They go with Miss Francesca, who is
Hi,
back.
Francesca.
Thank you, God.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you. I knew it. After collective conversation, we thought the kids would love to be a part of that. So after collective conversation, Francesca will take those kids up to their classroom. So the 0 to 2 is just, they're invited to be in here with us. And then anybody older than 12, if they want to help with the 2 classrooms that are open, they can do so, or they can be here with us.
Yep.
Use the space however is comfortable for you. We
Yep.
did put out doodle stuff everywhere so that if you're like me and have anxiety and need to do something with your hands, you can. You're always welcome to do what you're doing now and stand in the back, lean against a wall, sit on the floor.
Did you already mention the stickers?
I think Mackenzie has been doing
Great.
awesome at
Okay.
thank you, Mackenzie, for all of that. She got everybody settled with that. Yes.
I feel like when I'm in here, sort of the low light, yellow and green can look a little similar.
know.
So just
I've been
do what you
approaching
can
people
to
slowly
stare.
and staring at their chest first before moving in.
That's correct. 100%.
We're trying to be more respectful of bodies.
Hey, Kate.
Welcome to
We
Sojourn.
have a couple people online wondering as we transition back if
Yes.
we're going to stay live
Yes.
as we're moving through.
That is what we're doing. We are merging the 2 worlds. We're doing Virtch Church and in person together, bringing the elements together and all being in one space. So
And that reminds me, we'll probably have to say this for quite a bit. If you ever walk down the middle aisle, there is a chance you will be on camera. So
yeah, if you don't want to be caught
if you
on
stay
camera,
out in by the chairs, you're good. If you do this, they'll see you.
which
just- I
maybe
guess-
you're all about it.
And I don't know. Maybe that'll change, but we've never done this before, so here we are, making it up
Right.
as we go.
Is that what we wanted people to know?
I love it. Let's
and
keep
that we
singing.
love you? Let's keep
Yes,
singing.
we do love you. So glad you're here. Let's stand for this next song. Can we do that? If you're comfortable and willing, and if you want, I invite you to stand.
Don't cry, you're mine for forever, for forever. I need you now more than ever, more than ever. Head full of lies, sun in my eyes, you make it easy. Don't look away, these are the days you gotta believe me. When we're lost in a desert night and we're chasing our paradise, when we can't fight another fight, we're gonna make it. You're my oasis. You're my oasis. Oh.
This life is made for each other, for each other. Cross lines, mistakes, there's no other, there's no other. Head full of light, sun in my eyes, you make it easy. Nowhere to go, I'm already home, you gotta believe me.
When we're lost in a desert night and we're chasing our paradise, when we can't fight another fight, we're gonna make it. You're my oasis. You're my oasis. Yeah. You're my oasis. You're my oasis. Yes. As I roll through the wasteland, you're the one thing I need. Oh, I see you off in the distance, and you're my oasis. You're my oasis. You're my oasis. Yeah. When we're lost in a desert night and we're chasing our paradise, when we can't find another fight, we're gonna make it, make it, make it, make it. Lost in a desert night and we're chasing our paradise, when we can't find another fight, we're gonna make it. You're my oasis. You're my oasis. Yeah. You're my oasis. You're my oasis.
This awkward competition is the same for me as it was at home. Am I singing? Am I talking? Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Nice to see you.
Want to do this again?
I made a decision about using this microphone. We feel good about it?
I think.
Great.
Do we like it? Sound?
Feel good?
Okay.
Cool. She's working on it. She's holding it right now. It's fine. We'll get there.
Gotta keep masking and demasking and all the things. Okay. This is a little different than it was in your little studio.
I mean, faces.
There's people here.
I've said it so many, like a few
What's
times
gonna
in different contexts, but like we really have been staring at our own faces on a monitor or at a little.
Do you
black
know what
circle.
that does to a person's image of themselves?
It's not good. I've been doing blue steel face for 18 months, just like. So this is what my face really looks like when I can't see myself. Nice to meet you. And we're gonna do this with real people. They laugh. We can hear them.
Okay, if you don't know how this works, we pull random questions out of this thing. We ask them, you answer them however you see fit. If I don't like the question, I throw it and we don't.
Sometimes they're
Do it.
real bad. Yes, Laura. Good
Yes!
question. Either or, both and.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna interact all ways. Okay,
Yep.
I love this one. This is the perfect one for coming back. The gods are in our favor, just like they were this morning when I went to Starbucks and there was no line, and then right after I left, there were 25 cars that pulled up. It was great.
You and I had different mornings.
You drove backwards on the freeway.
It's a long story. We don't need to go there.
Okay. What was one good thing that happened to you during the pandemic so far?
Okay, so you can comment your
So
answer.
comment,
You can
shout it out. Francesca's ready. Shout it out, girlfriend.
Francesca became an attorney.
Oh, we can see
I mean,
them
that's
there.
amazing. Yeah, we can see. So we can see Paul. We can see you. We're gonna do this instead. Oh, you don't want me to sound like I'm talking from the bottom of a well?
Let's see if I can see it on my phone too, so that I can more
Oh,
quickly.
Bill.
No. Yes.
Bill says he found Sojo.
Oh, Tito says I got a pug. Oh, there's a
Matthew.
bunch of you here too. Y'all are everywhere.
Matthew says Flamey Grant.
Flamey Grant happened during. Where's Matthew?
Oh, there.
Matthew's there. Flamey Grant happened during pandemic. Oh, Mariana says I gave birth to Mia. That's a pretty awesome thing
That's
to
pretty
happen.
great.
Oh, and joined Sojo. Love it. Mark Keys is in the house
Hi, Mark.
and says on the live stream, adopted 2 dogs and chickens.
Chickens? You got chickens? How many?
Hi, Lauren. Are you here or live streaming? Is Lauren here in the house or live streaming? She did?
Lauren.
Positive? I'm so sorry, Lauren. And you got a puppy, best part of 2020. Sorry about the COVID.
I feel like the pets are really winning this question.
Yeah, raise your hand if you got a new pet during pandemic.
That's a lot. That's a solid 30-40%.
Live streamers, that was a lot of hands raised. And all of you are commenting about your dogs that you got during. A lot of people are saying Sojo too, which is really fun. We did.
Oh, my parents.
We
My
collected
parents
a
started
crew.
coming to Sojo.
They did.
Yeah.
Can y'all see the comments from where you're sitting? Kind of, a little bit, sort of, some
My-
of you.
My dad
Maybe.
says he caught up on Netflix. Did anyone else finish Netflix? Was that just our house? Like we're done? with all
Finish
of
Netflix. Yeah, we definitely finished Netflix and Hulu. Hi, Lori. Hi, friend. Hi. It's good to see you. Is Wesley in the house?
Yeah, Wesley, where are you?
Come here, Wesley. Do you want to come here, actually, I should say? Consent. Do you want to come up here? I know about you that this was your favorite part of Virtch Church. Do you want to do the next question for us?
Sure.
Pull one, and you can take a microphone or share with mine.
Who is the person you trust most in the world and why? Both my dads.
Both
Both
my dads.
her
Wait. Why?
That was a good diplomatic answer. Well done.
Oh, coming back. Do you have more to say?
Nope.
Oh, you just want to come back
Come
over here?
hang out? Yeah, come and hang out.
Oh,
Yeah, help us moderate.
Do you want to read some of the responses? Someone else said,
my dad.
yep, there's
Somebody said my dad and
what you want?
Alexa-
Oh, go ahead.
somebody said Alexa Adams.
Kaylee said Alexa, her wife. Do you want to see if anybody out here wants to raise their hand and share?
Person you trust most in the world, no pressure.
Yeah. Oh, what are the names we got there? Kelly and Katie. Hi, Kelly and Katie. They trust each other most in the world.
I can't handle today.
Me neither.
I'm not going to do it.
Today is not handleable.
gonna happen.
We don't have to handle it. Thanks, Wesley.
Oh, boy. What else we got? Oh, Jolby says, my best friend. Where's Jolby? Jolby, are you in the room too? Yeah, he's back there. Hi, Jolby. My best friend, Tim, because he calls you out on your business. That's right. That's what you really need,
That's
though.
a really good why.
I trust that, too.
That's a really good why. Myself. Mercy said myself.
Mercy.
That's a great
That's
great
goals
response.
right there.
Yes. Vicky says, Melissa, they're in the house too. Well,
All right.
this has been Collective Conversation.
It has been.
Normally we would have a cool button to push and we wouldn't have to worry about people looking at us while we were being
He can
awkward.
bump her up to us and we can keep talking.
You can't bump her up to us anymore.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, thank you.
Children.
I knew I was missing something. Francesca is going to take the kids who are 6 years old and older upstairs to their class. Anybody who wants to, obviously you do not have to. You're welcome to be with us as long as you would like. But that is time for Francesca to take kids to class.
Bye, kids.
Francesca's right there, and she will walk them up. I'm going to take all the things, including my pride.
I wish my heart was a hammer. I'd put you back together, but it's just a heart like yours. If my hands were a paddle, I'd pull you through this trouble, but they're just hands like yours. Here's what these hands can do: be here to hold you. And when you lose your way, here's what my heart would say: well, love comes back, and love comes back, and love comes back around, yeah. When words are a rainstorm, the lightning crash and the thunder roar, they're just words like yours. And when that storm is through, new words will find you. And what those words will say, you're gonna be okay. 'Cause love comes back, and love comes back, and love comes back around. Oh, love comes back, and love comes back, and love comes back around. I wish your eyes were a window. I could see the me that you know, but they're just eyes like mine. Oh, love comes back, and love comes back, and love comes back around. Yeah, oh, love comes back, and 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 love
We've been celebratory and wild and silly and shared and had fun and figured ourselves out and been awkward, and just a reminder that it all belongs. So we're just going to take a moment now as kids have trickled out and we're just kind of getting settled, and we're just going to take a meditative moment. Some of us need a chance to breathe. I know I do. Just a moment to ground. I haven't had the chance to meditate, to ground in a group of humans in a really long time. And I know that for me, that's always been my favorite way to meditate, to feel human flesh around me. And I know it's weird right now to be breathing in a space with other people, but there's still something about it that's also grounding, maybe even more so as we kind of move through our fears and our anxieties and remember that we still belong to each other. So we're just going to take a moment and do that together, to breathe through and into the anxiety. Where does it sit for you? Mine's right here, and it's tight, and it's fluttery, and it's constricting. So I'm going to breathe into it, and I'm going to touch into it. And I'm going to breathe and touch until I feel even just a little bit of open, a little bit of loosening. And I'm going to pray through it, but I'm going to do so in a way that is honoring of my full experience of being human, my body, my humanity, my breath, my belly, my being. To the God that is our breath and our bellies, our intuition and our love, we ask that we become so aware of your presence in this moment that we truly feel held. That we get to this place just for a moment today, that we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that there is no place we can go that is apart from your love, that nothing, no height, no depth, no fear can separate us from your love. Which means that nothing can separate us from each other either. Oh, how we've seen that this last year and a half. There can be no separation because you are in and through every being and every breath we take, every moment we have on planet Earth. So we honor that in this moment, and we feel held by it in the hopes that we can go about our week just a little more alive, a little more free, a little more open to whatever is. Amen.
Sunday mornings held me in these walls. I can still smell the coffee in the halls. Safe in the place they kept for me. Home in the space of my sure belief. I was taught to give you what I know. Lead you in the way that you should go. Love what remains when I walk away. What do you keep when I couldn't stay? As it took years to tie the truth around my fingers. Salvage all these sparks out of the cinders. Turning over tables for the love I couldn't leave. Little one, here's what I believe. You'll miss what you had to lose. You crave the last thing you choose. And once or twice you'll get it right. For every time you get it wrong, somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
You will find the beauty in the light, the captivating shadow in the sunshine, the cold in your bones as the fire burns. The lesson you are is the way we learn.
And I will tie all these truths around your fingers, help you find the sparks among the cinders. I will turn over tables to defend the space for you to find your own way. You break what you try to keep. Come awake when you're fast asleep. The rhythm and the melody, the silence and the song. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs. And there'll be grace on grace on grace on grace. There'll be grace on grace on grace. There will be grace on grace on grace. There will be grace. You'll pray like there's someone there. Learn to bend what you can't repair. And God, I hope you rock the boat till the river sways along. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
Yeah. It finally got me.
I know. It happens in waves.
So much life has been lived in these rooms over the last 5 years, minus the last year and a half.
Well, there was still life happening here, but we won't tell them what that was.
Not that kind of life.
Tito knows.
So then to just sit there, like I've been flustered and stressed and anxious about this day for a number of reasons, not least of which because, we haven't set it up in here for a year and a half, nor have we added this live stream element, and there's just other things that we haven't done in a while, and so there's just, and I carry the bulk of that weight and responsibility, and so all I'm saying is, when I was sitting there listening to that song, which has become a bit of our anthem in the pandemic during Virtual Church, that it all belongs, like we made clothing out of it. Like that's what we did during pandemic. We made a lot of shirts. That somehow it all belongs, and I was just thinking that somehow this story of this time in our life, individually, as families, as a collective, like it belongs in a part of who we are as well. And we can see some of the fruits of that story in people, like you said, or said during the conversation, that they found us during, like some of the fruits are here with us in this room, are here with us on the live stream already, and then I know that there's going to be even more that we'll find. This season in our life has found belonging in that way. Anyway, thank you for letting me share that little moment. That's not what was next, but
No, just where we're at.
okay. What we have next is
Where
a
we
couple
really are
house
is
notes.
house notes.
Oh, it happened!
It was kind of weird.
I know. There was about 17 of you that didn't know what was coming, and that's totally fine.
And so now you do, and so we're
And
going
now
to do a
you
little
do.
bit of house notes.
So there's this little ritual that has developed over the years at Sojourn where instead of an announcement time, we call it HNs. And it just sort of became a thing thanks to Evelyn Mason, who just started shouting it back to us. And it just became a thing. So now every time
Evelyn here?
we get, yeah, Evelyn is back there. Hi, Evelyn. So now every time
I know you really wanted me to draw all of the attention over to you.
So now that is the thing that we do. So the first thing that we want to say to you is going to be behind me because I don't remember what it was. Yes, info cards. Karen, will you hold up an info card? It's behind you on the table. So we have these cards, TBH, which is, to be honest, I don't know how up to date those are.
I looked over it today.
Does it still hold up?
It holds up
Okay.
pretty well.
We pulled them out of the bucket this morning and we're like, oh yeah, we used to use these. But those are for like first time visitor, like if you haven't yet acclimated to Sojourn in any way, you can put your name and email
Or if you
on that.
just need to reacclimate.
Or just
'cause it's been a
reacclimate.
bit.
Put your name and email address, drop it on the box, and we will introduce ourselves through a series of 5 automated emails just so that you get to know a little about who we are, what we do, why we do what we do. So feel free to do that at any point if you want. And then the second thing to say is our Joy Box. Second little quirk about this place, whenever we say
It
that
gets
term,
weird.
it gets weird. I love us. We woo for the JB anytime that's mentioned. And here's the thing. Yesterday when we came in early to set up for this place, we had some casualties of our stuff.
The life that was happening here while we
that was
weren't
happening
here.
while we weren't here. Some things got
The
lost.
box is in the dumpster.
And eaten. The box is in the dumpster. The box that we've had for like 7 years just didn't make it past the pandemic. So we don't yet have a way to take your donations physically today. You're welcome. Today's free.
There was only ever like one person
know.
who did that.
So we will find a new box to elicit joy. But in the meantime, and this is how most people give anyway, if you believe in the mission of this church, and if you find that you want to support our efforts to foster spiritual, social, and emotional wholeness, we would love for you to partner with us in that effort by going to sojourngrace.com/donate and contribute to the work that we do here, especially now that we're back in here and we're paying rent and we have all the costs. It's like, okay, let's get back to it. Okay,
Teachers,
and then
all
the
the things.
third note for the house has to do with some dear people. I see the one person. Where's the other person? Sarah, are you here? Sarah, can everybody,
It's really hard to see you.
Eric
y'all.
and Sarah Nichter and whatever, if you have any of your clan with you, would you come on up? Everybody welcome Eric and Sarah Nichter. Can I get the microphone? I need that microphone right there. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. When we started this church 7.5 years ago in our living room, there was a couple families that were with us in the very beginning and that said, hey, we love you, we love this vision, we will support you and partner with you in whatever way possible. And 2 of those people are standing here next to us, Eric and Sarah Nichter, and they've been with us since literally day one, the very first Sunday. I think there was like 13
Day
of us.
negative one, like
Even prior.
before, yeah.
And they have gone through various iterations of being in elder roles and volunteer capacity, and Sarah for the last 4 years, something like that, has been on staff as our community coordinator. And then when the world shut down, you took advantage of this incredible opportunity for your sweet little family, and you rented your house here, and you put the whole family in an RV, and you traveled around for a year to all your various family members. And then as the year was up and the world still wasn't quite back, you decided we're going to do that again, and you realized this doesn't really make sense to continue her role anymore on staff, and so I know this was very hard for you, and I'm going to give you the mic here in a second. But so it was about a month or so ago that we announced through the virtual channels that you shared of your transition out of this role. But you're actually here now, which is surprising because you're not going to be here maybe in 2 days. I don't know where you'll be. And so we said, can you please come at least and celebrate with us and let us love on you and say thank you and say goodbye. So can I just put you on the spot to say, for anybody who maybe hasn't heard and is maybe receiving this news in the moment, maybe recite your entire email to the church from memory.
Dear church. No, I'm just kidding. No. So yeah, a year ago, we decided to travel in an RV as a family, and then maybe a few months ago, we're like, this is kind of working for us because our 3 children are small, and our house is rented out, and things are still crazy, and there are places in the United States that we haven't gone yet, and so we kind of want to keep doing this. And during the year we were traveling, it was hard for everybody. It's been hard for all of us to stay connected. It's been hard for all of us to engage, and it's been hard as the community coordinator to figure out how do we as a church still support these projects, these people, these relationships that we are just so passionate about. And so that's been really hard. And then when Kate and Colby announced that we were coming back in person, it just was like, so we're going to be meeting physically, but I'm still going to be traveling. And for me, there was just this disconnect because I felt like now that we're meeting in person, we have this opportunity again to physically engage with these partnerships and people that are so meaningful for us. And that to me, traveling, it just didn't make sense for me to try to take on that role anymore. And also, if you've ever traveled in an RV with 3 kids, that is a full-time job. It's crazy, and all the things that come with that. And so, even though my heart is absolutely still in the community coordinator role, it just didn't make sense anymore for me to try to take that on. And so I kind of wanted to pass the baton and keep traveling, knowing that we're going to come back in a year or something, and we can just figure it out from there. But just know that I've loved serving you guys in this capacity. My heart just loves the people and the friendships and relationships that we've been able to form through these past 4 years, and I'm just so grateful to have had this opportunity. So, yeah, thanks.
Yes, you can. No, you totally can. I'm going to get to you in a second because there was also a transition away. Actually, I don't need 2 mics. You can hold that. I just wanted to say, Michelle Nichols says that we will miss your sweet family and appreciate you. They're watching from somewhere in the world right now. And I'm wearing yellow. I'm elbows only today.
Except for the Nictors.
But I haven't seen them. We haven't seen them in a year. So I'm just staying present in the moment, but also all I want to do is just hug you and love on you because I miss you. And so Eric rolled off serving as on the elder board for 3 years. He rolled off during the last year pandemic as well. So we also didn't get a chance to really celebrate you and your contributions. But so this is a hi and a thank you and a goodbye to you as well. And now you have the microphone, so you can do whatever you want.
Right on. I wasn't expecting that. All I was going to say is we are still part of this, and we will be virtually. And we're not even though we're going to be out and about, I'm glad you're doing it virtual because we'll be engaged, and we love you guys, and we love this community so much. So, not going anywhere.
Thanks, buddy. Vicky, is Vicky here? Is Vicky here? Vicky?
Oh, she's right there.
You're right there. Vicky, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you come say a prayer for the Nichter family and give a thank God prayer for their work and their presence, and then pray a blessing for them as they, whatever is next?
Don't die.
Yes, and it's going to be in Spanish. Gracias, Dios mío. Thank you so much for this couple that has been a blessing for us, a blessing for the community in different times. Thank you for their faithfulness. Thank you for their heart. I just pray that you bless them through this journey that they're taking and enjoy this season of their lives to the max. We love them and we will be connected with them. Thank you.
Amen. Thanks, Vicky. Thank you, Nictors. Love you. All right, love.
What's happening now?
It's me and you. We're just going to talk for just a few minutes. It won't be long. And I switched over here to the left side because this is my side.
Do y'all have sides that you prefer? Kolb has a side.
You have sides, right, that you prefer if you're... You don't have a side? Well, then I'm just not as naturally beautiful then.
Weird.
I guess I'm synthetically beautiful. That was a weird thing to say.
Anyway, we won't give you too much more of just talking heads nonsense, but we did just want to share a few things completely from the heart. We felt it was really important today to come back without any scripted content, so there is not. That just felt right because it's just part of that whole Sojo's doing a crawl back to life, not a race back to life. Part of just honoring the space for what it is, of how new and weird and different this is just not doing scripted sermon series and fun content that's been poured into. It's like, no, let's just show up and just be completely like raw and in the moment and real. So that's what we're doing today. And mainly we'll move on and do a few more songs in awkward communion together, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
That'll be
so
something.
in the name of the non-scripted, just in the moment, we wanted to just share with you a little bit about what pandemic life has been like for us, but not really because you're like dying to hear Martin's thoughts. It's more like an invitation for you to reflect for yourself too. One of the questions happened to be during collective conversation, what was one good thing that happened to you during pandemic, but to just kind of dig into that a little deeper, do some reflection work around that. So I'll start and share with you what pandemic has been like for me. I am definitely in that camp of humans that I have learned now I'm not alone. I thought I was at first, and you kind of freak out, like, am I the only weird human here? And then you realize,
As an
no, a lot of
Enneagram
us.
4, you thought you were the only one?
Anyway, I'm in that camp of humans where obviously the pandemic is awful and all the things, but the time, the space that it was, the shutdown, was the most beautiful gift I've ever experienced in life. The space to heal, the healing work that I'm going to say experienced, but it's more like with healing work that I did, right? It's participatory, like stepped into the space of really doing some deep healing work in my life, including around church, because taking the time off, even though we weren't off, obviously we were still doing it, but it was just different at home. And it gave me the space to really look back and reflect and heal some church wounding and some pain spots there. And that was just such a gift, the gift of time to do that internal work. It felt like sometimes pastors go on these long sabbaticals to do that work, and it was not a sabbatical. There was no sabbatical about it, but it was time and space to do some really important internal work, which was just such a gift. And on top of that, the gift to spend time with my kids that we would normally not spend. Your 16-year-old and your 15-year-old don't sit around with you every night watching reality TV in normal life, right? So that was a gift for me, Zeke, but I'm sorry about your life. What about you?
I have been in full-time ministry as a pastor since 1999, full-time since 2004. So coming up on 2 decades of a rhythm of life that I got used to, that I expected, that felt familiar. But more than that, it gave me a sense of identity. And I'm going to make my second Enneagram joke here. I know it's a shocker as an Enneagram 3 that my identity would be over-connected to what I do in my performance, but it has been. And to take that away, and like you said, it wasn't a sabbatical. We still showed up and did a virtual church service every 7 days, and that was a ton of work, and learned a whole lot of new skills and all of that. And it was a different thing than what I'd done for 20 years. And I know some of you here can relate in your own ways, in your own patterns, what that disruption was like. And I love how you talked about it created space for other things in your life. What it did for me is it helped me in part, I still have more work to do, in part it helped me to find a comfort with myself apart from my identity as a pastor, who every 7 days shows up and does a thing with a bunch of people and puts on a role and performs. And I don't yet know what to do with that, because even as I'm here today with you all, I'm like, wait, so am I that guy again? Have I just gone right back to that guy? What does that mean? What is my role here? None of those are fully settled yet, but I think one of the gifts of this pandemic was to really reckon with how much I found my identity. And you, if you've been here, you know how much I've talked about your identity as a loved child of God. That's it, full stop. So I know it up here, but my body has been like, okay, but also your identity as a pastor who every 7 days performs in a certain way. So then to not do that for 17 months was a bit of like, what am I? Who am I? And when we get back together, is anyone going to like me still? Because in my world, people only like me because of what I do. Right? This is the story I tell myself. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what does it mean to be me, maybe apart from being so over-identified with this role that I've done for 2 decades. That's a long time to do a thing. And I'm still going to keep doing it. I'm not. This is not my announcement of leaving. That would be awkward.
That would be a really strange timing. We're back, but he's leaving. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I hope that as a community we can continue to spend time processing all that we've all been through the last 17 months. I feel like our world just doesn't do that. Our world does, well, this happened, and then get over it, move on, and get back to it.
Play next episode.
Yeah, yes. Oh, I hate autoplay. Autoplay is the worst.
And yet part of our life is like, oh, I love autoplay because I just go to the next thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm hoping as a church community we don't do that we spend some time processing everything that we've been through, and we're still going through something, right? We're still in a pandemic, obviously.
Yeah, we decided on August 1st, like 6 weeks ago, because we're like, phew, we're out of the woods. We knew we weren't out of the woods totally. We're like, nobody will be in masks. It'll just be, and then a week ago, we're like, oh, I guess we're going to be in person and still maybe be masked, maybe. Even that was, this wasn't our entire plan 6 weeks ago.
Everything's constantly changing. So that said, we feel ready to handle that, to show up in person anyway, even during all of this. It made sense to be not in person during those 17 months, but we finally feel like we can keep pushing through. Even come Delta, come variations, we can be safe and careful and do this thing and mix it with, is Virtch Church still going?
Oh, they're still going.
Hi, Virtch Church. We feel ready to do both, right? To mix it up and to also be open to what that looks like. Is there a rhythm of taking some Sundays that are just Virtch Church, or I don't know, other things that this group can do together in person, meal Sundays, just, well, when we can eat together again. Is that going to be a thing? Anyway. We just feel open, and we feel here, and we want you to know that we're here. These doors will be open again next week, and we feel good about just taking it as it comes. As you've seen, we have like some things back and some things not. We don't have any coffee or treats today. We have 2 classrooms open, and that's it. And we just went back and forth about, is that enough? And we finally decided, yes, it is. We'll just slowly but surely bring things back. And some things won't ever come back. Like, I don't know that we're ever going to all hold hands again. Remember when we used to do that?
Oh, I remember. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to argue with you in front of all these people or not.
Would we be us if we didn't do that? Do you remember the last week, March 8th, 2020, before everything shut down, and we were all like,
making jokes like, should we just elbow during the benediction? And turns out it was not jokes.
And then like 3 days later, Tom Hanks got COVID, and we all cried and bought toilet paper. And
Tom Hanks wasn't our fault, though, right?
No. I don't think so.
Yes, so we will, if you're not getting our newsletter, that's the thing I wanted to say. If you're not getting our newsletter, which I think we sent out 2 or 3 this week, if you're like, what? I didn't get it. Another reason to do an info card, give us your email address, because that will be our primary way of communicating if anything needs to change. Like the week of, you know what? Things have gotten so bad. Now there's an epsilon variant, and we are just going, sorry. We're going back to virtual for 3 weeks. So don't show up on Sunday. That's going to be the best way to communicate is email.
We're really hoping that doesn't happen, right?
100%, yes.
But we're ready for it, prepared if it does. We know how to do this now. Don't worry, Karen, Ben, and Matthew, we can do it at our house now.
We'll use a green screen, take a picture of the pink fireplace, and just
Can we take a moment to thank those 3 as a group?
So for those who may not know what we're clapping about, Ben and Karen and Matthew, who are the 3 musicians up front here, at their house hosted virtual church for the last 17 months and showed up every Sunday, did music for you all, and
Yeah, that day that Tom Hanks got
Unbelievable.
COVID, they texted us and said, let us know if you need to use our studio for Sojo. 2 days later, we were like in their studio with all of our equipment
they might have meant like for a
and
Sunday.
never left.
Can we use it for 77 Sundays?
It also meant they were doing the music every single week with no break, which isn't normally how it goes.
Yeah.
So they just poured their hearts and lives and souls into this thing and are still doing that as we come back to get us back on our feet. So just so grateful. Is there anything else we want to say to these humans?
I'm sure there is.
You
We'll be
know-
at lunch and we'll be like, oh yeah, we meant to say that, we meant to say that. But honestly, I just think seeing their faces is sufficient.
Yeah,
and
there's
beautiful.
this weird thing where we see people and
Even
freak
that
out, and
is
they're
good.
like, we've looked at your face a lot. And I'm like, I know, but I haven't seen
haven't seen
yours.
you.
And it's also, you know how you were saying there was a thing with like the separation of what you do and who you are?
Yes.
I realized that virtual church is really great for me because I can act however I want, say whatever I want, and just be like, and walk away from it. But right now, these people are staring at me, and I'm sitting here like racing, trying to figure out what they're thinking. What are they processing? What does that face mean? What does that face mean? Oh, but that person has a different face than that person, and I can't see their mouth. I can see their eyes. What do those eyes mean, Jordan? It's just the
like,
weirdest.
Are these angry eyes or happy eyes? It's like How I Met Your Mother, the captain, you know? Okay. That nobody watched. Oh, it didn't date well. Don't rewatch it.
Don't go back
Didn't
and
age well.
rewatch that show.
Okay,
It does not
let's do
hold
this.
up.
Let's bring the band back up for our closing song,
Okay.
which is backed by popular demand. People demanded this song when we got back together.
Oh, really? Is it Crowded Table?
Yes,
Is that
it's
why?
Crowded
Okay.
Table. I want a house with a crowded table.
Should we discuss communion now? Did anybody bring their own communion a couple people did. Awesome.
Excellent.
I also have juice boxes and
Prepackaged.
prepackaged
Crackers.
cracker cookie things. I'm gonna go grab those. What are we doing? We're gonna head out those doors together.
Yes.
We're gonna stand in that space right there,
Yep, sort of oval up out there.
so that we're outdoors. You can spread out as much as you want. You're gonna turn the camera around.
Yeah,
So
so
those
the live
folks,
streamers can kind of participate and see. Love you.
and we're gonna do a real awkward communion
Yes,
together.
but first let's just enjoy this song while you get food and stuff.
Yep.
Does that sound good?
Sounds
Okay.
awesome.
Love you all. So good to see you. Why don't we stand for this closing song here?
All right. You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I can be your mountain when you're feeling valley low. I can be a street light showing you the way home. If you can hold my hand when you need to let go. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And if we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed, plant a little happiness, let the roots run deep. If it's love that we give, then it's love that we reap. So if we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed. Well, I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. The door is always open, your picture's on my wall. Everyone's a little broken, and everyone belongs. Yeah, everyone
on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And bring us back together when the day is done. No.
That's a communion bumper.
There's a communion bumper?
There's a communion bumper
Well, what do we do in real life?
in real life. Okay, so it looks to me like Kate and Anissa have got some things set up if you need it. Okay, so why don't we just try orderly make our way out there? Yeah, Kate? Yeah, orderly. I know, I was saying it tongue in cheek. Just sort of make your way out there. If you have your own communion elements, great, bring them with you. If you need to grab something, we'll circle up and we'll do our communion out there together, and then we'll do our benediction out there together. And then anyone who wants to come back in and help stack chairs and clean up afterwards, you're invited and welcome. I'm turning the camera around.
Maybe households and partners can share. I don't know. There's more stuff here. Thank you.
Why don't you mute
There's
Kate
more
because her
stuff
mic's
too
getting
in
out
the
of
kitchen
range.
if we run out.
Yeah. We're talking to him right now. Hey. We're all silhouettes so that they can see us when we're outside. Yeah, my mic's still on. You got stuff? Okay, great. My mic, your mic's off because it was out of range, but mine's still on for Virtch Church, who can see us out here.
Steven just checked and they can hear me.
You're probably on. I can hear you. Yeah, but not you.
Oh.
This probably not anymore. He might have heard you in the beginning, but we've muted you since because your mic was cutting out. Okay, everyone. This is really fun.
It's hard to stand behind you when you spin.
Doesn't work.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Hi. You still with us? Y'all, I don't know what life is. This is so strange.
Oh my gosh, this is just like it used to be.
Did y'all get your fun in?
They got their fun in. I don't think we did this in there. I'm going to do it right here. Quick show of hands if you are new to Sojourn since the COVID pandemic began. Like, if this is, I see a couple here. I just think that is really beautiful and lovely to see and experience the new folk. All right.
I miss serving y'all communion more than I miss anything else.
Yeah.
Every time people ask, what do you miss most?
It's that.
During the pandemic, it's that. So to be back and not be able to like look you in the eyeballs, hand you bread, and see you dip it in the period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we bless you today, and we hope you go about your week feeling so held and so loved. So bread goes first. Oops.
No, there's no oops. It all belongs. Take your bread and eat and know.
And y'all, I could
beloved
not
you
find
are.
prepackaged gluten-free things for the life.
Oh, so sorry.
So sorry, but here we are. And what are these chessmen things?
Communion got a whole lot tastier during the pandemic, didn't it? Oh, hi, Mandy. You had a mask on and I don't think I recognized you. This is so fun. All right, take whatever you have for your drink. which historically in the Christian tradition represents the cup, which has become this symbol of remembrance that there used to be a story. And by used to, I mean when humans tried to figure out who are the gods and how do we make the gods happy with us? Maybe we do sacrifice. Maybe we sacrifice a goat or some incense or whatever. Oh, suddenly I think the gods are happy with us. And over time, into this idea that their gods are distant from us and there's a chasm that we have to overcome. And that this way into the Christian tradition of thinking we are separated from God and so we need some sort of sacrifice. And yet Jesus, I believe, part of the whole reason that he did remind and show us there is no separation. You are not separated from God. It's almost as though the cup of Jesus' death is like, can we just do one final thing to like end this ritual forever? As often as you take this, remember, you are not separated from God. You never were. It was an illusion. It was a bad story. Let's tell a new story.
Which means we don't have to sacrifice anything.
We don't have to sacrifice anything anymore. We can just drink juice boxes. If that's not a better story, I don't know what is. So take the cup and know today that you are not separated from God. You never have been. You are loved fully just as you are.
Juice boxes are good. They really are. It's really yummy.
And now to our benediction. So for those who maybe don't know, we have a benediction at Sojourn that we've been saying since day one in our living room back 7.5 years ago. And it comes from Glennon Doyle, who invites people to be brave because they are loved children of God, and be kind because everyone else is also a loved child of God. This be brave, be kind is one of our mantras. Mantra. People.
But I like that you tried to turn it into mantra.
Okay. Anyway, so how it works is one person in our community shouts out, be brave, and everyone else responds with, because you are a child of God. And then that person shouts out, be kind, and then everyone responds with, because so is everyone else. And usually we hold hands when we do this, so just sort of energetically hold hands with the people next to you. Okay, Kaylee, we're going to somehow, can you be Kaylee's representative? Matthew Lovegood is going to be Kaylee's representative. Because you are a child of God. The be kind. Be kind over here because so is everyone else. It worked. We did it. Okay, love you all. We'll see you next Sunday for those of you who can and want to come back. Thanks for helping make this first Sunday.
Will they want to?
Yeah. Okay. Peace. Love you all. I'm going to go tear down. Thank you, Virtch Church. We love you. We'll see you next Sunday.